Today, I came with a very interesting video of body language. There are 9 genuine body language signs that will help you realize that he secretly likes you. I'm sure you've all been interested in body language signs of a man who secretly loves you, right? If a man finds you attractive, you expect him to tell you or show it to you directly. You expect him to ask you at the very least. But you must understand that not everyone has the courage to be so direct, and not every guy behaves in the same way. Some men are naturally shy and have difficulty admitting their feelings, regardless of how strong they are. These men will not move or strike you in the same way that other guys do. However, they will express their concern in other, more subtle ways. You may believe that a man sends you mixed messages to play with your mind, but this could also be a sign of his insecurity. These are the things you should be wary of if you want to know if a guy is truly interested in you. Even if you are actively attempting to conceal your true intentions, your body language will reveal them. Everyone expresses affection in different ways, but if you're wondering if someone is interested in you, here are the 9 most common signs of body language that he secretly likes you. Of course, if a man only sends one of these signals, it doesn't mean much. But if he combines some or all of these behavioral patterns, you can be sure he's in you. 1. He is staring at you. People, especially men, will do everything they can to appear indifferent and control themselves so that they do not see the object of their affection. However, no matter how hard they try, they can never control their eyes. And this is why, when you're wondering if a man is in you, the first thing to look for is his eyes. A guy who likes you will stare at you nonstop, which is his first and most reliable sign. It's simple, so he's taken with you that even if he tried, he can't take his gaze away from you. Furthermore, even if the room is full of girls, his gaze will be fixed on you, as if you were the only woman in the world, because you are the most attractive girl he has ever seen. This man will not mind you looking deep into his eyes, and he will go out of his way to make clear and sustained eye contact with you. Although he obviously lacks the courage to express his feelings directly to you, this is his way of expressing his strong interest in you. However, he also makes an attempt to read your mind. He examines you to see if you look at him in the same way he does, or if you look at him with no curiosity or disgust. 2. He averts his gaze. When a person clearly shifts his gaze and does everything he can to avoid eye contact, the first thing that comes to mind is that he doesn't want anything to do with you. You may believe that this man can't stand you and can't wait to leave you whenever you're together, but it doesn't have to be that way. Although this could indicate that this guy doesn't like you, it could also indicate the opposite. When a man looks away, this could be one of the warning signs he requires. You clearly have a shy guy who is afraid to face you or see you correctly. He is afraid that you will see his feelings through his eyes, and that if you realize he is in love with you, you will reject or even scorn him. He acts like a teen who has never been in love and can't stand the object of his affection. So, when their gazes meet, his natural reaction is to look away. Clearly, he needs a few seconds to properly communicate with you. 3. He always smiles when he looks at you. Another body language indicator that a guy secretly likes you is the way his features change when you pass by the door. Aside from the way his eyes change, something similar happens with his mouth and his entire face. This guy can't help but smile whenever he comes into contact with you. But he doesn't just smile with his mouth and teeth. It's funny how his entire face appears to be smiling. Every muscle in the face twitches in response to your presence. The man may be in the worst mood, but when he sees you, his entire face lights up and it appears that all of his problems have magically vanished. He obviously likes you more than you realize. It is a good sign. He'll give you a subtle smile even if you're just passing by. He obviously has difficulty verbalizing his emotions, so this is one of his ways of showing you that he noticed you entering a room. This is especially true when your voice is heard. When you think about it, you've never seen that guy angry or deadly serious, because whenever you two speak, he can't help but smile at everything you say. 4. He is always looking at you. When a guy is in you, his body knows that physical appeal very well, even if he tries to hide it or refuses to accept it. If you're wondering if you have a man inside, one of the signs that he secretly likes you is the direction his face is pointed when he's around you. If a guy looks around while talking to you or constantly checks his phone, it could be one of the signs he is nervous to be close to you. However, it is possible that he is simply uninterested in what you have to say, which is why he is frustrated. But if a man loves you, he will go with you every step of the way. He will make every effort not to be distracted by anything other than you two. As a result, his gaze will always be drawn directly to you. This allows him to focus entirely on you, allowing him to look into his eyes while speaking, see every signal you send him, and fully appreciate your beauty. 5. Everything you say is hilarious. When you think about it, you're probably a little entertaining and amusing to be around. But when you look at it objectively, you're not all that funny, and not everything you say is amusing. But this guy obviously does not believe this. He can't stop laughing at everything you say, and he thinks every joke you tell is more than just funny. Even if he's a shy man, he'll relax in your presence because he enjoys being in your company. Naturally, he thinks you're a fun place, but his laughter is also one of his ways of making you take care of him and stand out from the crowd, and he clearly cares about you. And you don't think he's just trying to make you laugh. When you two are in a group of people and he tells a joke or tells a funny story, his eyes are constantly looking for you and he tries to see your reaction. If he sees you laughing, he knows he's succeeded in his mission. Clearly, you think this man is the most interesting person on the planet, and everything you say clearly amuses him. But that's not all. He wants you to think he's also fascinating. 6. He fixes his hair and clothes. You know how you instantly gain confidence when you see a guy you like. You immediately dislike what you are wearing and are extremely concerned about the state of your hair and makeup. Guess what? When it comes to someone they like, guys are similar, except in the makeup department. The truth is that every man wants to look his best when he's close to a girl he's interested in, even if they don't recognize it loudly or are unaware of it. As a result, one of the small signs a guy is falling for you is how he adjusts his hair and clothes when you approach him. Some guys fix their hair, tuck it into their shirt, or do something similar, but the result is the same. Whatever he wears or how he appears, he will always be concerned that something is amiss and that he could have done more to prepare for your visit. Because he is extremely nervous, this guy does this in addition to wanting to look his best around you. He just doesn't know what to do with his hands, so he uses them to keep himself busy. 7. He shakes his legs and hands and changes his voice. They probably got the impression that when you're around someone you like, you can't help but smile. You start speaking like a little girl all of a sudden, without even realizing it. The same is true for men. When you're close to a girl they like, your voice changes without you even realizing it. One risk is that they will raise their voice uncontrollably, because it has been scientifically proven that women are more sensitive to higher voice tones. You do this subconsciously. Women assign higher tones to crying babies. Another option is to raise their voice. A deep voice has always been associated with masculinity, and if a man wants you, he will do everything he can to appear male. As a result, he will try to deepen his voice unconsciously so that you can see him for who he truly is. However, the man is likely to speak louder as he speaks to you. This is one of his subconscious methods of seeing and understanding him. This guy understands that the fight is tough and that he must stand out from the crowd. As a result, he wants you to remember his voice as something familiar. 8. He inadvertently touches you. If a man likes you, he is sexually attracted to you. This means that he will do anything to be close to you and touch you in any way, even if it is by accident. That's exactly what the guy who likes all of you did. Whenever you speak to this man, he takes advantage of every opportunity to wipe something off your face or not block your vision. When he speaks to you, he will place his hand on your knee or shoulders, especially when he laughs at a joke you just told him. When he passes by, he will most likely place his hand on your lower back. You should be aware that this guy has an uncontrollable desire to touch you in any way, and he probably has no idea what he is doing. However, this does not preclude him from acting inappropriately or from respecting your boundaries. As a result, if you see a guy crossing your boundaries, you must warn him that he is bothering you, which is nothing to be ashamed of. 9. He gives you a hug and a kiss on the cheek. You probably have a lot of male friends, and when you see one, you give each other a gentle kiss on the cheek or hug. This is especially true if you haven't seen your friend in a while. At first glance, this guy is no different. Every time he sees you, he kisses and hugs you. But if you pay attention to his behavior and examine things more closely, you'll notice that he is unmistakably a male friend. Something special happens when he enters your personal space. You feel different in some ways. Your gut tells you he's correct, and he wants to be more than just a friend. He's the type of guy who will kiss you whenever he gets the chance. It's a clear indication that he wants to kiss you but lacks the courage to do so. So a kiss on the cheek is now enough for him. However, if you look around, you will notice that his kisses on the cheek are always dangerously close to your mouth, and that his desire to properly kiss you is likely to be fighting. A similar situation exists with his hugs. He always remembers to hug you as you two greet. Not only that, but his hugs are very personal. He always tries to keep you for as long as he can and acts as if he wouldn't let you go if he had the chance. So these are the 9 signs that will help you determine whether he likes you or is lying to you.